guys, so this is my PJ broadcast. My throat sounds like I've got a frog in it. Excuse me. Well, that's a bit better. So I only have a couple of subjects to talk about this week. I'm sorry I didn't do this on Monday, but I really wasn't very well on Monday. Totally find out about me not being well and stuff like that eventually, but it's just one of those things at the moment. So I have a couple of things. As I've said, I've written like a really like cool script. I actually wrote this all myself. So yeah, I feel totally proud of myself. So I will be following a lot from this as well, but mainly, as I said, because I'm really proud of my full script. So the first topic we've got to talk about today is the PlayStation 4 games too violent? So this is a big controversy. So even back in the day when video games first came out, such as Night Trap and Mortal Kombat, they got hit with games are too violent, even with those pixelated graphics and stuff like that. Night Trap showed live video recordings of girls having a sleepover while vampires tried to capture them, and your job was to set up traps to save the girls. You saw if you didn't do it, you saw them getting captured and stuff like that. Mortal Kombat with their final killing moves, such as pulling spines out or hearts out as a fatal move, and even back then, even Parliament got in on the bandwagon about this, saying, are video games too violent, basically. So what people are talking about basically is Sony held its normal event where it showcased an arrangement of video games trailers. The two in question that have created the shitstorm is Detroit Became Human, which showed scenes of domestic violence to pilot the game's forces on debranching narratives, so basically showing your choice on doing things. So if you do one thing, it's like a butterfly effect and it does something else, and vice versa. The trailer shows potential outcomes in a scenario with an abusive father. In one, the child is killed, and in the other, the father is killed. So it shows different narratives, and I said it was the butterfly effect, so it kind of shows you if you did this, this is what happens, this is who survives, this is who doesn't, unfortunately. The Last of Us 2 trailer was also that, which didn't showcase any of Joel and Ellie or anything related to the first game at all until at least the last 2 minutes of the trailer. But what it did show us was some pretty gruesome scenes, like a lady nearly being hung and a sledgehammer to the arm, which is like ouch. And it wasn't even just like a light, it was really aggressive. They hit her left arm, I believe, twice, and then went to go to her right arm. So Sony's rep has spoken out basically, and I said in its defense, it is for adults, but Ryan's quote was this, so I will read this word for word because this is his actual quote. The Last of Us obviously is a game made by adults to be played by adults. I should never prejudge this, but it will probably be an 18+ rating. I think it's fair to say, and there's the market for these games. People who like those sort of games, adults that like that sort of games, and I think we cater for that. And at the other end of the spectrum, there was Concrete Genie, which my 8-year-old decided was the game she would really like to play very much. Ryan went on to say, I think a platform holder provides a platform, and people who make games, whether they're our own studios or third-party publishers, they bring the content to the platform. We provide the platform. We have to ensure the right content is played by the right people of appropriate ages in particular. I thought The Last of Us Part 2 was a great way to end the show, and I feel very good about it. He also stated later that Naughty Dog did the right thing with the trailer. Sony from this has related it has a lot of faith in Naughty Dog by standing by them, you know, which I think is really good for Sony, on Sony's behalf, to be honest. Like, some people would have like thrown them under the bus and been like, it's your trailer, you deal with it, but they've literally stood there and been really proud of them still, so that is super nice, and I really like hold my hands up to that. That's really good. So when it comes down to it, we have 18 plus films. You know, mature subjects, but viewers don't bat an eyelid. You know, this kind of goes back to people thinking video games are for children and toys, when in truth there are plenty of adults who play video games for their mature storylines and thrill of the game. You know, I understand games give a player more immersed role than films, but if I watch a film, personally, my style of films is thrillers, horrors, crime dramas, and actions. You know, you don't like that kind of film, you don't watch that kind of film. If you're more of a rom-com, you know, Disney person, then that's what you watch. And it's the same with games. If you're not into The Last of Us, if you're not into the Resident Evils, the Silent Hills, the Project Zeros, the Shadow Hearts, then there are plenty of other games. There are Kingdom Hearts, Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, you know, Happy Home Designer. There are so many games that are for you, you know. At the end of the day, video games are coming in par with movies. They're becoming a source of proper entertainment for adults and children alike. And in that such, people need to take into consideration what they're actually putting around people anyway. I grew up with my mum sitting there watching EastEnders, Coronation Street and Emmerdale. Fair play, around my area, that's what people did. But in that, I remember seeing Pat Butcher have sex with, I can't even remember his name, not the other one, you know, I've seen the big guy, I can't remember his name. But then also I remember, you know, Phil Mitchell and Grant Mitchell getting in fights, and I remember watching that programme, seeing drugs, abuse, violence, and nothing is better than I did if a child is in the room and sees that kind of stuff, but a video game is condemned straight away. All in all, they do bring this topic up quite a lot with Pacific Games. This certainly won't be the last when it comes to this conversation. Definitely not. But leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this. Is this something that you agree with or disagree with? Like, they are actually calling it torture porn, which is completely silly. Like I said, I watch crime dramas all the time on my telly. I live on the channels True TV and stuff like that, and that doesn't mean that I like watch murder porn, because I don't. I watch crime dramas because I'm interested in finding out the stories and how they solve the mysteries, and you know that the person, rightfully so, got captured and put to jail. You know, it's just what you prefer. So let me know in the comments down below. So the next topic that I have got to talk about is the Switch. So Nintendo has changed its way of thinking, well, at least when it comes to the Switch, that is. So they've planned to change their marketing tactics. Nintendo, but I can't, my nose has gone funny. Nintendo president has basically said that the company is no longer looking at the game console to be one per household. They're basically looking at it to be one console per person, which I can understand, which is amazing. If a little bit optimistic, it will put it to the handheld and mobile phone range, which will give it a definite upside to their consoles. They are marketing as like their other consoles people are marketing, because it will their consoles are marketed more as household items. Even if I'm personally still not overly keen on walking around with my Switch out on show, in public, in a high street like they advertise. maybe eventually, but personally that's just my personal opinion. Nintendo has done some research, and apparently it's not the only one. Sorry, my nose just goes so itchy every time I record. Basically Nintendo has done some research, and apparently I'm not the only one that plays the Switch and prefers the Switch in handheld mode. Whether that's to do with the Switch apparently warping. So if you don't know about this, if you play your Switch in docked mode for a long time, the heat from the Switch basically being blocked off can make your Switch warp and basically kind of curve. Which I can only imagine is going to be worse when people play stuff like Skyrim, because that's such a long game. You know, I can imagine it literally melting because that's such a long game. You know, it's anybody's guess. So let's see if Nintendo can actually do this, but also manage to get the stock out there. As I've said, personally, I do agree with it. Like, I hold mine in handheld most of the time, so if my other half wants to play it, it is kind of a pain in the bum. So, and he is looking to get one, but only if they do a Pokemon limited edition one, which has limited edition Pokemon Joy-Cons. Excuse me. But so then, yeah, we'd get a second one, but that would be the only reason. But finally, the new Breath of the Wild 4 Champions pack of Amiibo is out on the 10th of November, which I'm super excited about. I keep checking my bank. I'm like, have they taken the money yet? But they haven't yet. So I'm kind of hoping maybe tomorrow, because it makes sense. Don't forget to come back to this channel as well to see a close-up look at them and a full unboxing of them, because I said I actually can't wait. They do not send the box to me because I will use them. Can't wait to use them and see what they do on Breath of the Wild as well, because you get their armour, but I don't actually know what else you get because they haven't specified it yet. But yes, that would be great. Obviously the last little bit I will say is for my American subscribers, or anyone watching this in America, the new thing out on the PlayStation 4, which I think is awesome, is if you have any platinums, then you can basically trade your platinums for trophies, obviously, sorry, platinum trophies for points. Pretty sure one platinum trophy equals £1, because 10 platinum trophies equal a tenner. They've basically specified this. I do really like this idea, but it does need some work. So first of all, you get the same amount of points for a platinum for any game. So there are games out there that take 3 hours to complete, and there are games that take 100 hours to complete, and you get the same amount of points for each one. That kind of sucks a lot. I think this would be brilliant if they did. Perhaps you managed to get a platinum for Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Skyrim, and you get a fair couple, like £5 for it. I think that would be good. But then if you platinumed, you know, a 2-hour just typical kind of Game of Thrones type of game, then yeah, I think that should be £1. But we'll see. I really hope they bring that to the UK as well, because that would be awesome. Kind of as well for the Xbox, mainly because I live off the Xbox. I don't really have a PlayStation. My boyfriend has one, but I don't really play it that much, so that wouldn't really give me that points anyway. So I think I'd love it for my Xbox One to eventually do that. So the Xbox One X is also out, and I will, obviously I'm not personally getting one at the moment. I don't play my Xbox enough. I'm more of a Switch user at the moment. So personally, yeah, I'm not gonna spend my money on that, because I think it would be not utilised as much, and I'm perfectly happy with my one. Plus I put like the Fallout 4 sticker on mine. I'll leave a link down below. It took ages to put it on, but I think it looks pretty once it's on. But leave me any comments down below and let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. I do normally do this PJ broadcast video on a Monday. I said apologies again, I just wasn't very well. I was kind of in bed a lot. I was actually watching my YouTube friend, which is Turnip Lord. So if you guys want to see any awesome gameplay videos, because he does a lot of recording for like gameplay videos. He was playing One Piece yesterday, and he played I think it was Evil Within. Evil Within? No, it's not Evil Within. A horror game the other day, I can't remember the name of it, I have completed it, which has the butterfly effect in it and everything. So he plays a lot of games and he's online streaming quite a lot, so I'll leave a link down below in my comments if you want to totally follow him. But thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. So